Hi, in today's lesson, we shall be introducing ourselves to the concept of ratios and proportions. So, I don't believe this is something that you've not heard about before. But it's okay. We are going to be treating lots and lots of examples so that you understand different ways that questions can be asked and the different ways that you're supposed to tackle them. So, basically, a ratio is just a comparison of two quantities. Like, it's just comparison of two quantities or more quantities, like something like they shared in ratio 3, ratio 2, ratio 1, and all of that. So a ratio is a comparison of two or more quantities, while a proportion is an equation that expresses the equality between two ratios, right? So a proportion is an equation that expresses the equality between two ratios. Now let us give an example. I have something like this: 50 ratio 45 equals 18 ratio x. 50 ratio 45 equals 18 ratio x. 18 ratio x. Now 50 ratio 45 is a ratio. 18 ratio x is another ratio, but there is an equality that is being shown here, and that makes the whole thing a proportion, right? So 50 ratio 45 is just comparison of two quantities in this place, then this one too of two quantities in this place. But this is saying, this is like trying to let us know that whatever we have here is the same thing as what we have in this place. So that is a proportion. Now, how do we get the value of x if you are given a question like this? It is simple. Okay, 50 ratio 45 is same as 50 over 45, then equals 18 divided by x. So we cross multiply. Um, we have 50x equals 18 multiplied by 45. This is kind of stressful. Divided by 50 divided by 50. So what then is x? So x is going to give us 9 will go here 5, 9 will go here 10. Alright, so 18 times 5 is around 90. So 90 over 10, and then this is going to give us 9. So that means, is this supposed to be 9? Okay, let's do it again. 50 over 45 equals 18 over x. 50 times x equals 18 times 45. Yeah, over 50 over 50. Oh, sorry. Yeah, is no. 5 year 9, 5 year 9, and 5 year 10. So we have 18. I can do 2 year 5 and then 2 year 9. So we have 81 divided by 5. So 5 will go in 81 16 times. As 5 times 16 is 80, then 1 over 5. And that's it. So that means this x here is 16 whole number 1 over 5. Now, what other questions can we also discuss? So that's one example. The second example says, if a crate of x, in a crate of x rather, in a crate of x, the ratio of the good ones to the broken ones is 7 ratio 2. So in a crate of good x ratio broken x, so is 7 ratio 2. Okay, good. It then says that if there are 28 good ones, so if total of good x, total of let me call them GE. Please don't do something like this in an exam, right? But total of good x equals 28, I think. If there are 28 good ones, how many x are there altogether? So it says total number of x. So total number of x equals x. Okay, or equals question mark. So we don't know. Now looking at this, first you have to calm down. It says the ratio of good x to bad x is 7 ratio 2. Now it has now given the total number of good x. A ratio of good x to broken x rather. So it has given the total number of good x to be 28. So what is the total number of broken x? So when we get that, then we'll now do okay. Total number of good x plus or number of good x plus number of broken x, both of them will now give us total number of x. Alright. Well, since this ratio has been expressed, good x ratio broken x is 7 ratio 2. 7 ratio 2. They have been given total number of good x. Where do you have good x here? So here is 28 ratio. We don't know the number of broken x first. So from here, we first cross multiply, right? 7 multiplied by x, that's going to give us 7x equals 28 multiplied by 2, that's 56. Oh, I will just leave it this way. 28 multiplied by 2. So I divide by 7, I divide by 7. So x equals 7 here 1, 7 here 4, So x equals 8. So there are 8 broken eggs. 8 broken eggs. Alright. So alternatively, we could just do 7 over 2. So here, since we have 7 ratio 2, we just do 7 over 2. 7 ratio 2 same as 7 over 2, like what we did in that place. And equals 28 ratio x. Right, so you have good x, like good x here. Then you have broken x here. So what can we do? 7 multiplied by x is 7x. Then we have 2 multiplied by 28, the same thing again. 2 times 28. So divide by 7, divide by 7, x equals 8 broken x. But that's not the answer to the question, right? So what's the answer to the question? The answer to the question is total number of x. So total number of x, total number of x equals to the number of broken x or number of good x plus number of broken x. Now, an examination, please do not write number the way I'm writing it. The number should be in full, like spell your number in full. Okay, so we'll then have good x 28 good x plus 8 broken x, and that will give us 36x. So in total, we have 36x. So we can see, so ratio of proportion is just more of how can you interpret the question. So it deals more with the interpretation of the question than calculation, right? So calculation is not really that of a big deal. So let's go on and solve like three more questions, at least three more questions or four. Different shades, just in different ways that question can be asked, and then we go into your assignment. So yeah, let's look at example 3. It says two numbers are in the ratio 3 ratio 4, 3 over 4, right? If 4 is subtracted from each of those numbers, they are in the ratio 5 ratio 7. Find the numbers. Oh wow, what am I supposed to do here? Like you didn't even give me a hint. You didn't even give me like not even give me like one of the numbers. Okay, let me just look for the two numbers. But it's kind of simple. Like I said earlier, that you see ratio and proportions is more of how can you think than what can you really calculate. So you have to like do a mental interpretation, and once your interpretation is correct, your calculation is likely going to be correct. So how do we approach a question like this? Um, two numbers are in ratio, they are currently in the ratio 3 ratio 4. That means the two numbers are x ratio y, they are currently in the ratio 3 ratio 4, right? So it now says if you remove 4 from each of them, then the ratio becomes 5 ratio 7. That simply means if you do x minus 4 ratio y minus 4, then this whole thing changes to 5 ratio 7. So what then is x and y? Okay, now let's break it down. So from here, x over y equals 3 over 4. So from this place, 4x, like x times 4, 4x equals 3y, and x equals 3y divided by 4. I keep this one somewhere as equation 1. Then in this place, x minus 4 divided by y minus 4 equals 5 over 7. So multiply through, but be careful please. When we cross multiply, 7 into bracket x minus 4, then 5 into bracket y minus 4. Like I said, be careful. Because some students will just do 7 times x, 7x minus 4. So they will forget that 7 is also meant to multiply 4. So that's why I prefer to just leave it in brackets. So by the time I'm multiplying, I'll remember that this is what I'm supposed to do. 7 times x is 7x minus 28 equals 5y minus 20. Okay, so I'll be having 7x minus 5y equals minus 20 plus 28. 7x minus 5y equals 8. Minus 20 plus 28, that's 8. So recall that x equals 3y over 4. So what do? I put 3y over 4. This is to replace x. So 7 into bracket 3y over 4, then minus 5y equals 8. So it's looking as if this is solvable because I only have y and y. So usually what I do, I just multiply all through, multiply both sides by 4. Both sides by 4. One man multiplying by 4. 4 is the denominator here. So once I multiply by 4, I won't have any denominator again because 4 is going to cancel out this one. Now, what do I mean? So I have this. So when I multiply by 4, so I'm going to have 7. Let me just because I believe some students may be having a little bit of difficulty with algebra. 7 3y over 4. This one is standing on its own, so I multiply by 4. Right? Then next thing is minus 5y. I also multiply this one by 4 and equal to 8. I multiply by 4. So why did I do that? I just want this to remove this. So if this had been over 5, right, then I would have multiplied through by 5. So like others let's go and find LCM. Like I just prefer this one straight up. Now this is 7 times 3y is 21y minus 5y times 4 is 20y and 8 times 4 is 32. So from here y equals 32. Then we're good. Okay, then what is x? So if y equals 22, then x will be equal to 3 multiplied by 32 divided by 4. 4 here 1, 4 here 8. So this is equal to 24. That means x comma y equals 24 comma 32. So these are the two numbers. So without even giving us one of the numbers, so we've been able to get both numbers. That's not hard. Alright, so this is the one that can concern that are going to concern banking and finance students more and account and all of those because that's to do with business. So it says two business partners, Subiru and Moru, divided their annual profit in the ratio 3:5. Now, if Moru got 5,000 more than Subaru did, so what is their total profit? So it didn't even give us a profit. We don't even know the share of any of these two people. So how then do we calculate the total profit or whatever the share of each person was? So let's get into it. Yeah, so basically speaking, the ratio is 3:5, which means that the total stuff is 8, right? So it's out of 8 that we're getting, somebody's getting 3, then the other person is getting 5. So when you have 3:5, like that means total ratio or the total share, let me say total share of profits equals 3 plus 5 equals 8. So somebody is getting 3/8 of the entire share, and then someone else is getting 5/8 of the entire share. All right. So the first person, how do you approach this again? The first person is going with the first ratio. Second person is going with the second number. Like first person goes with the first number, and the second person goes with the next number. Like that is how it works. So for Subaru's share, which is the first one, Subaru's share equals 3 divided by the total share 8 times the profit. We don't know times profit. Let me write the formula. Because the reason why we write formula in maths is because it has its own mark. So profit equals x, like we don't know it. That means let me just say S share, which is representing Subaru, equals 3/8 times x. Okay, that is 3/8x. Keep that somewhere. Then model share, use share, model share is then 5 divided by 8 times x. That is 5 divided by 8x. Where x is the total profit, so 5/8 of the entire profit. But then there was an additional information that says if Moru got 5,000 more than Subaru. So what it means is that tomorrow's share share is 5,000 more, 5,000 plus whatever Subaru got, which is 3/8. So I don't know if you understand this. So tomorrow's share normally is 5/8 of x. But there's now an additional information that says that share that Umaru got is equal to what Subaru got plus 5,000 naira. So which means this and this, like this 5/8x and 5,000 plus whatever, they are proportional, like they are proportionate. So his own share is 5 over 8 of the entire profit. But then alternatively, we can say that Umaru's share was um, Subaru's share, then plus 5,000, which is this. So what then do? We just equate them because they are proportions. So we just do just do this 5 over 8x equals to 5,000 plus 3 over 8x. So like I've told you before, I just multiply through by denominator, so by 8 here. So multiply through by 8. So 5 over 8x multiplied by 8 equals to 5,000 multiplied by 8 plus 3 over 8x multiplied by 8. So 8 takes this guy away, 8 takes this guy away. So I'm left with 5x equals 4,000 plus 3x. So 5x equals 4,000 plus 3x. So that means 5x minus 3x equals 4,000. So 2x equals 4,000 and x equals 2,000. So x, which is the total profit, is it meant to be 2,000 or 20,000? 5 times 8 is 40. So this is 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, and 20,000. So x is 20,000. So the total profit is 20,000. So it's as simple as that. So that was what the question asked us. The question asked that what is the total profit? So if the question had gone on to ask us that what was the share of each person, like of the profit, so that means we first have to get the total profit. Then to get the share of each person, so that means S share of the profits will be equal to 3 over 8 times 20,000. And then that's going to give us is that not 12,000? Let me see. 4 year to 1,250, I think. 4 year, that's 5,000, right? Is it 5,000? Yeah, 4 times 5,000. So 2 year, what am I doing? 4 in 8 is 2. 4 in 20,000 is 5,000, right? So 2 year 1, 2 year 2,500. And it's 2,500 multiplied by 8. You give us 20,000, which is correct because 2,000 times 2 is 5,000, and 5,000 times 4. So 3 times 2, 5. That would have been 7,500. Right, Subaru share. And then Umaru's share, they have just been 20,000 minus 7,500. And that would have given us 12,500. So if we look at it, it says Umaru's share was 5k more than this guy's share. So to verify that, 12,500 minus 7,500 equals to 5,000 naira. Or 10 naira, 5,000 naira. So in your calculations, include your formula. So if I wanted to like write this one in an examination, for example, so Subaru share that between 3 over 8 times profit that is already here. So just so that I get this one out. Then Umaru share, I would also use 5 over 8 times profit. But if this is the formula that I've chosen to use, then I'm going to write total profit minus Subaru share of the profit. So you write that one first, then you solve it, and then write the final answer. So that you don't lose marks because you didn't write formula. Right? Anything that requires formula, please state the formula. Do not assume that your examiner, your lecturer, your teacher understand what you're doing. So don't lose marks for no reason. So if you have to lose marks, let it be for a good reason. So don't lose marks on things that you already know. The teachers do not need your marks. You are the one that needs them to get all of your A's, right? And don't jump steps, right? Because steps are marked in mathematics. So we've done 4. So I want us to do like 2 more, and after that we go into our assignment. So let's discuss these two last questions. So two friends, Kofi and Hannah, buy a poultry farm. They buy a poultry farm. And so the ratio of Kofi's share to Hannah's share is 7:3. So Kofi's share to Hannah's share is 7:3, right? So it then says after some time, Hannah sells 2/5 of his own share, right? So two friends Kofi and so value of like total share total share is X, as we don't know, like let's put okay, let's put it up. Then after some time, Anna sells 2/5 of his own share to Kofi for 21,000. So let's just start like one by one. Okay, then what is the value of the farm? So here, value of farm, value of farm is what we don't know, is X. So it is out of this value, this is out of this X that we are now seeing 7:3. So then total, the reason I clean that was the total ratio equals 7 plus 3 equals 10, right? So going from here for coffee, Discovery is coming first. So he's on yes, he enjoys 7/10 of the entire value of the farm. That's times X. That will give us 7/10 X. Then for Anna is getting 3/10 of the entire value of the farm, which is 3/10 X. But then the question now goes on to say that after some time, Anna sells 2/5 of his share. Now Anna's share is 3/10 X. So which means Anna selling 2/5 of, like, that's multiplication. So 2/5 of Anna's share of his share equals 21,000 naira. So that means 2/5 multiplied by his share is 3/10. 3/10 x equals 21,000. Alright, so what's the value of the farm? Okay, from here, what can we do? 2 year 1, 2 year 5. So we have 3/25x equals 21,000. Alright, so 3x equals 25 multiplied by 21,000. Divided by 3, divide this by 3. So x equals this here 1, this here 7. So 25 multiplied by 7. 25, that's 175. 25 times 4 is 100. And 25 in 3 other places. 25, 25, that's 75. We have 175. So 175,000 naira. So this is the total value of the farm. X equals. So you can see, like I said earlier, it's more of interpretation and calculation. So that's it. So except you are then asked that, okay, what's the figure of Kofi's share? And the figure is going to be 7/10 multiplied by the answer you got, which is 175,000. And Anna's share 3/10 multiplied by this answer that we got here. So you are done. So that's number 5. And for number 6, so I'm just trying to like bring different questions so that I can see different ways I can approach them. So it says the ratio of male to female teachers in the school is 4:1. So I have male ratio female is 4:1. Okay. But it says there are 40 teachers in this school. So total number of teachers. Total number of teachers equals 40. Okay, so since after some time, what was it? It says how many female teachers are required to make the ratio 4:3? How many female teachers are required to make? So which means first, like how many female teachers are even there, and how many female teachers are even there. So like let's solve that one. Before now begin to look at, so how many more do you need to add to the female teachers to like change the ratio? Right. So here total ratio. So that's 4 plus 1 equals 5. So how many males are there? So males will be equal to 4 divided by the total ratio, which is 5, multiplied by 40 teachers. Alright, so that will be 5 in 20. 5 in 40 is 8, that will be 32. So there are 32 male teachers. So from here we can get the female teachers. So female teachers will then be 40 minus 32, which is equal to 8. So that means there are 32 currently. Male ratio female teachers is 32 ratio 8. So the question said how many females must be added to make the ratio 4:3? So since this is female, so we still have the same men. 32 men. But then, how many more? So 8 plus what? So 8 plus how many teachers was added? Then change this ratio to 4:3. That's the point. So from here, this is same as 32 divided by 8 plus x, which is equal to 4/3. By now, like that is not a problem. So cross multiply. This times this. The reason why I'm doing this like one by one, this is because of students that want to see things like one after the other. So this time this is 96. 96 equals 4 times 8 is 32 plus 4x. Please never ever forget. Don't say 4 times 8 is 32, then x, and 32 plus x. So this x belongs to 4. 4 still belongs to x as well. So from there we can just proceed. I think let me just rub this place off. Is enough for what we want to do. So 96 minus 32 from here. 96 minus 32 equals 4x. That should be 64. 64 equals 4x. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. X equals 16. So you need to add this 16. You need to add 16 female teachers more to 8. That brings the total to 22 females. For this ratio, 4:1 to become 4:3. Right? Why did I even solve it? Yeah, 16. So that's it. So with that, we've come to the end of ratio and proportions for now. If anything comes up in the future, we are going to update this particular lesson. So now let's go to our assignment. All right, very quickly, these are your assignments. If 3 boys share 2,500 naira in the ratio 3:5:8, how much did each boy get? Ensure you leave your answers in naira, the unit, and if you are going to use formula, include your formulas at every step that you use a new formula. Now, number two, the selling price of an article was initially 850,000. Now, if the price was reduced in the ratio 10:17, find the new selling price. Okay. Number three, in a class of 35 students, 20 are boys. Now, the ratio of boys to girls in the whole school and in this class are equal. So, if there are 352 boys in the school, how many girls are there? Now, four, in a refugee camp, there are provisions for 400 men for 20 days. How long will the provisions last for 500 men? So, your answers here will be in days, right? So, make sure that you include it. Number five, Joachim and Alabi invested a total of 530,000 on a farm. The farm yield was sold for 800,000. Now, the profit was shared in the ratio 4:5. I want to believe you not calculate profit, right? So, calculate the difference in profit for both men. Calculate the difference in profit for both men. I don't want to give you any hints. So, yeah, that's that. See you again. Bye.